Listen, motherfuckers, this is the only disclaimer or warning or anything like that you motherfuckers are gonna get. So you stopped at my channel and you see that it says Jay's opinion. So if you don't like it, don't watch it. You can leave right now and fuck you and your fat ass mama and your one-legged dog and your ugly ass wife and your cross-eyed grandma.
All right. I'm about to get into this reaction, man. Woman cheats with 3 coworkers. I don't know, bro. I do not know. Let's get it.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Bosley versus Jackson.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Bosley, you and your son have petitioned the court for a DNA test because you are certain he did not father the defendant's 3-month-old son, Maverick.
No cap. Just from where I'm sitting, the baby kind of looked like him. I could be wrong. That's why I always strap the Jimmy on extra tight, man. I strap the Jimmy on extra tight.
Besides, I have the Jimmy on extra tight.
But just the little bit of his nose I can see in his eyes and his eyebrow shapes, them fucking McDonald eyebrows that this nigga got, the baby got the same McDonald eyebrows. Anyway, I could be wrong though. Let's get it.
And there are 2 other possible fathers. You say your son made a
Shit, probably 10 other possible fathers. 10 of them motherfuckers. Y'all don't know. Y'all just know of 3 of them or 2 other ones.
young and dumb mistake by signing the birth certificate, and you need today's paternity results to get his name off of it. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Jackson, you...
Okay, I was debating whether to say this or not, you know, but I'm not gonna put my dude's name out there. But my nigga did the same shit. He signed a birth certificate, right? And he been paying child support for 17 years, nigga. 17 years. And you can't win that shit in California. Even if you go to court, you cannot win it because they will not reverse what you've already signed. So they're looking for motherfuckers to take responsibility for these kids, all these women, you know, fucking parachuting out fucking babies, you know. The state don't want to take care of them. They don't want to take care of them because if you don't take care of them, you abandon them, they end up in foster home, they end up in the system, the state's paying for them. So whoever signed first on that motherfucker is responsible for that kid. You know, when you are not eligible or when you don't have enough funds in order to take care of the kid that you parachuted out your ass knowing you ain't got no money. Anyway, my homeboy been paying child support for 17 years. This shit a little personal for me. Personal, homie. It's personal. Anyway, let's see what's going on because he signed a fucking birth certificate.
Admit to cheating with another man, but claim to be certain that Mr. Bosley is Maverick's biological father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Bosley, explain why you opened the case.
I thought she was about to tell home. I thought Miss Bosley was the other girl. I was gonna say, explain why she opened her fucking legs. You know, I was growing up, they told women, hey, keep your dress down, your panties up, and your legs on the floor.
Well, I opened the case because I feel like my son made a terrible decision by signing a birth certificate. You know, basically, I just feel like, you know, we need to know. We need to know because I don't want my son to have to go through life wondering if this is his child or not.
Okay, I could possibly be wrong. The father, the one they saying is a father, got a hook nose. He got a hook nose. The other baby don't. I mean, I don't know. So now it's up in the air. So little Maverick, I don't know if Maverick, your last name gonna be Bosley, man. That shit might be Jackson or Johnson or some shit like that. Anyway, let's go.
So you feel like you gotta save your son from a mistake he made?
I do.
Mr. Bosley, you signed a birth certificate,
Yes,
even though you had doubts?
I did sign the birth certificate. Not saying it wasn't the right thing. It was stupid.
I'm just wondering why you got on old pimp clothes. That vest you wearing look like something from the 70s with this fucking green shirt on. You know what I mean? You just need some green sunglasses to fucking match in a 1976 one of them long green ass Cadillacs.
Because I didn't know her.
So, Ms. Jackson, Mr. Bosley says he made a mistake.
Well, my testimony is, in the beginning, we were working together, and he was starting off like, "Oh, I love you. Do you believe in love at first sight?" And then the next day we was talking, and then we had sex, and then he was talking about, the kids and all of that, and then I asked for a break because we were moving too fast. I already said that we was moving too fast in the beginning.
So you meet and you almost immediately start a sexual relationship.
Correct, Your Honor.
And start talking about having babies?
Correct. At first I didn't believe it because I heard it once before. So
yeah, because that's what men will say just to get you to lay down with them.
Yes, Your Honor.
They make it sound like they want to have a family.
Y'all, all these women in the audience, y'all disrupting. Y'all disrupting, motherfuckers. Y'all talking about making all these sounds like y'all ain't like privy to this knowledge already, but yet y'all still fall for it. So who's the bigger fool, the man or the woman in this situation? Hello.
Yes, Your Honor.
But they saying it to everybody. So you do sleep with him?
Yes. And then, I think I had my own place at that time, and I moved him in. Then that's when the cheating, I made my mistake.
Look at them hoes back there boo-hooing. Like, oh, there you moved them in. Y'all do the same shit. Matter of fact, go find my video that's on divorce, the recent ones. That was what the whole topic was about. Women moving these men in. They moving these motherfucking men into their house, right? Barely know them. Nigga eating up all the food in the refrigerator. Y'all leave these men unattended with your kids while y'all go elsewhere and do other things. Who the bigger fool? The men or the women in this situation? Tap it in the comments. Tap in the comments.
Sorry, I made my mistake in the beginning of that 2 weeks of me not knowing if this is real or not.
So, Mr. Bosley.
So, Your Honor.
Well, Your Honor, the situation was how she told me we was at the house chilling, relaxing, and she basically came from out of nowhere. A dude, one of her ex-boyfriends, popped up at the house.
She still got niggas doing pop-ups, homie. She still got niggas doing pop-ups, homie. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh.
Yeah. Popped up at the house.
Popped up?
Yeah.
So,
No,
wait,
Your
what
Honor.
happened?
He popped up at the house, and she went to go talk to him for a little minute or was so. But the whole time I'm looking out the window trying to make sure, ain't nothing going on. But at the time I was fine with that because we wasn't really together. We was just talking. We didn't never fully get together until.
So you sitting, but you wasn't fine with it because you were looking out the window while she was talking.
Facts, 100%. I was just about to say that, bro. You was in your feelings already, man. You was in your feelings, homeboy. All up in your feelings, bro. Bleeding. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You was bleeding, bro.
Because I just wanted to make sure,
Exactly, because you weren't fine with it. You have admitted, Ms. Jackson, I made a mistake. You used the word cheating. And
there's going to be a lot of women that's going to trick your ass once they realize that you that motherfucking clingy. They going to, homeboy, they going to trick you. And a lot of them going to leave you, right? But the ones that don't leave you, they going to trick you because they know they got you. They going to have you buying them all kinds of things just to help you with your security because you're insecure, bro. If I looked out the window, I wouldn't even look out the window to see if she was with another nigga because I would have been on the phone talking to another bitch, homie, especially at your age, bro. You too young for that. Anyway, let me get back to it. I'm giving you some kind of game that you ain't ready for. You need that shit to go down the water slide to understand that. You know what I mean? Catch me if you can.
then you cleaned it up and said a mistake. What happened? You tell me, because I can't get it out of Mr. Bosley.
I had gave oral sex to this person.
And I don't.
And
what
and
man,
he
Your Honor,
says,
what man will believe that she only gave you oral sex?
Okay, listen, bro. Let me explain something to you. I'm the type of man that wouldn't, I can believe her, but I'm the type of man that wouldn't give a fuck, right? And the reason being that ain't your wife, homie. You got to be able to spot a hoe. You know what I mean? That's what you need to do. Ask a nigga like me to tell you how to spot a hoe, and that's a hoe right there, bro. You know what I mean? If she gave him head, so what? That ain't your girl. I wouldn't give a fuck. But the other part of that is I would believe him because there's a nigga like me before I got married. Way long ago, right? My wife, if she listening, that can believe that she just got used for some head because there's some hoes you don't want to fuck. They not fuckable. They not fuckable. You just want them to suck your dick. You know what I mean? Just like women, there's some guys out there that are just not fuckable, but they can eat some good pussy. You mean? Hey, call it what it is. So I can believe it, but I wouldn't give a fuck enough to believe it. That's your insecurities, bruh.
This is exactly why y'all don't have no business young, running around here, using sex like it's like an extracurricular activity.
And Your Honor, just to interject if you don't mind. Just to interject if you don't mind. I wasn't there during the whole sex and cheating thing. I found out she was pregnant at maybe about 4 months, maybe. And I told my son immediately, that's not your baby. Like, you've been with her not even long enough.
So, Miss Jackson, when you found out you were pregnant.
Long enough? Mama, you gotta be naive. I you know, I don't mean to be disrespectful to nobody's mother. You haven't been with her long enough for it not to be his son? How long you think it take to shake one out, Grandma? How long you think it take for him to skeet one off, man? Shit, come on, bro. He get a nut off in a minute. Come on, in a second. You know what I mean? I know some niggas, you know what I mean? I know, trust me. I know some niggas out there have been, let me just keep it. Listen, bro. I was gonna blame somebody else, but then it felt kind of weird because I'm saying, how do I know how fast a nigga ejaculate? Because, you know, I wouldn't know. So I was trying to take it off me because it's kind of an embarrassing thing, but I'm gonna bare my soul here. I done got one off in 15 seconds. Unpack that shit.
Mm-hmm. You told Mr. Bosley?
Yes, Your Honor. And then he was like, oh, wow, you are. You know, he was excited about the situation.
Your Honor.
And
y'all had known each other all of 2 months then, and y'all was excited?
It really wasn't 2 months, it was a month.
It was a month?
Yep.
No, I wasn't excited. The 2 guys she cheated on me with, those was the guys that we worked together with.
You work together with 2 guys that you work together with. My question is, after you found out, did y'all hit her together? Keep hitting her? You know what I mean? You got all fucking, you got lunchtime Lucy there. You know, bringing cocks in her lunchbox. God damn me.
Oh, so all of you all co-workers?
Yes, we all was co-workers.
Your Honor, I only cheated on him once. And that's with the person that was at work.
That you got caught for. That you got caught. Put your little finger down, girl. Put your finger down, heifer, because I know you're lying. I know you're lying.
But I did have sex with one other person.
That bitch lost count, homie. She lost count. She was about to say 30.
That was there at the job. And that was the person that came to the house. The other person that I didn't have oral sex or
This
sex.
is a mess. This is a mess.
Yeah.
How many people you gonna...
Look at this judge getting ghetto. This is a mess. Okay.
People went at the same job. When are you working?
That's why I'm here. This baby.
Shit, if she's sleeping with 3 niggas at the same job, if she was a smart one, she shouldn't be working. You know what I mean? She should not be working. She should be getting all they checks. All of them. Look at him. He ain't. Look at his face, man. Look at his face and the big ass fake diamond rings in your ear. You ain't gonna be able to afford that no more after this baby come out to be yours.
Right.
It's what matters.
Actually, I can't say that. I got my doubts. In the beginning, I thought I kind of looked like him. I don't know.
And clearly, this situation here, nobody knows anything. All they know is that they were just sleeping.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. It just adds up that she has slept with 3 men on her job. There should be no young woman out here sleeping with 3 men at her job. And that's why I'm like, what's going on here?
I feel like, Your Honor, it goes.
She a baby chick. She a baby chick. That's what she is. You know what I mean? Now, for those out there that don't understand the term baby chick, you ever see the little baby chickens walking around? They're not really sure where they're going. You know what I mean? She a baby chick. See, a adult chick, she knows. She see the pitfalls. This nigga lying, that nigga lying. He ain't gonna do shit. I bet he can't even fuck. He ain't got no money. He broke. Baby chicks don't know. So you tell a baby chick, yeah, come here, baby chick. Come here, baby chick. Show her a little crumbs. Take that bitch to McDonald's and she dropping the drawers. Hello.
Goes a bit deeper than that because you just don't have women
deeper
out here sleeping with men on their jobs. Like something is a bit deeper than I don't know what it is.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
It does go deeper. It does go deeper than that. This is about 2 kids, young people. You are out here spinning and you're engaging in activities that create people, and it did. Maverick is 3 months old.
See, that's what I respect about the olden days. You know what I mean? It used to be a time back in the day in certain cultures where, you know, you get a girl pregnant, here come daddy with a shotgun, and I guess you get married then, right? And even more than that, some of them, you sleeping with my daughter. I guess you get married then. In the Bible, when a man sleeps with a woman, in certain parts of the Old Testament, when a man sleeps with a woman and he hasn't gotten her father's permission or he hasn't married her, oh, there'd be hell to pay. There'd be hell to pay. Sometimes they had to pay financially. But most of the time, I believe they pay with their life. So, you know, let's get back to this.
Beautiful, innocent child. And I'm trying to get the circumstances as to what was going on when he was conceived. And you can't even tell the story.
Judge, I can tell you, he was probably running her head into the wall, and she was probably screaming out his name, looking all cockeyed and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because they young and they horny. That's what it's about, Judge. You act like you ain't never been young and horny. You act like you outraged. We know how the baby got here. He bust a nut, or one of them other 2 suspects, candidates, participants bust a nut in their ass. One of them 2 that we know of. It could, like I said, it could be up worse than 10, 30 people. You know, she only telling half of the truth. They never gonna tell you all of the truth, fellas. Fellas, they never gonna tell you all of the truth. But I would say part of the thing about what the young man said about when she said she just gave him head, he didn't believe that. I wouldn't care enough to believe it. But there are 2 circumstances. Like I was saying earlier. 1, some dudes just keep women to give them head. 2, if I was a man that didn't know that, I can understand how they would think, nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. But anyway, let's get back to it.
My last menstrual cycle was March 14th. And when I did have oral sex with that person, I was on my menstrual cycle at that time.
This is not about...
So, what she basically telling you is we didn't fuck because I was bleeding. That's it. That's it. Now, I had a homeboy way back in the days, right? Who had a woman who worked at this taqueria, right? And apparently this Latin guy was always flirting with her, right? and saying derogatory things, the Latin coworker, right? But my boy, he would go in there and order food, and he went in there and he caught it. You know what I mean? He caught wind of it. Once he caught wind of it, that opened his nose up. You know, fellas, once your, or females, once your nose get open where you think somebody's doing something, like cheating on you or something like that, it's open. So you start looking for reasons. Sometimes when you start looking for reasons, you're going to find a motherfucking reason. So anyway, my boy found a reason, you know, in his eyes, and a big old argument ensued. So he made her pull down her pants to prove that she was on her period. He made her pull her pants down to prove that she was on her period, that she didn't sleep with this other guy when she came home late from work one night. Now, he believed it because she was on her period. But a person like me in that situation, I knew dudes that'll try to smash girls on their period when they so horny. They'll say, fuck it, just put a condom on. I'm just keeping it real. Let's get back to this. Actually, you know what? I'm going to end this here because it doesn't really matter who child it actually is. The thing that struck me is that this is an ongoing cycle. Ongoing cycle where women are having these kids, men are impregnating women, everybody's running around loose. Nobody's like conscientious of what really matters here, which is the lives of the kids that's going to be affected, and the long-term emotional things that they're going to have to suffer. They're going to have to suffer through in your absence. Because most men who have these babies, the women are stuck with them. You know what I mean? They're absentee fathers. And when you're absent, some of them never get to know who their father is. So you got to think about things like that. You know, I understand you're young and you want to get that nut off. I understand that. But that's why they made protection, fool. Yeah, just Jay's opinion. Like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs down. Either way, I don't give a fuck. And I realized, you know, I couldn't just like leave y'all without knowing who the father was and leave myself without knowing who the father was because I invested this much time. So let me give it to you. Let's see.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Bosley versus Jackson, pertaining to whether Mr. Bosley or Mr. Green is the father of 3-month-old Maverick.
Okay, look. So let's see. This is the other guy they introduced. I don't know what happened to the third suspect, but let's see.
Bosley. It has been determined by this court.
Look at baby's eyes, though. He's like, which one of these niggas is daddy?
The biological father is Mr. Bosley.
That's right. That's what I figured. Because he had them McDonald's archers, his eyebrows and shit, you know? But it could have went either way because old boy got the same kind of nose, you know? Anyway, there you have it.